What's up, guys? Happy Monday. So today we are going to talk about hormones, and I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to put it in a link, and that one's going to be more like, details over like, different types of like actual steroids, and like what they do, and just kind of, dispel some of the myths, surrounding all of that. Okay, but first off, let's just talk about your basic hormones. Number one, and I know everybody pushes testosterone, but my mom had thyroid problems. I have thyroid problems. I've worked with a ton of clients who have thyroid problems. So I'm gonna go right on out and say this. Your thyroid hormones, meaning your T3 specifically, which is what kind of like runs your body and predicts metabolism, those are the most important hormones in your body. So you see all these people pushing testosterone replacement and these anti-aging clinics and stuff, and they're like, get your testosterone right, get your progesterone right, get your estrogen right, and they don't touch thyroid. And they're really doing a huge disservice to people, because when you have low levels of T3, you get depressed, you have anxiety, you have weight gain, you can't lose weight, you have really weird funky appetite issues. Like T3 helps your body produce leptin, which tells you you're full and to burn fat. Now when you don't have enough T3, you don't produce any leptin, which means you're constantly hungry. You cannot burn fat. Even though you're hungry as shit, you're gonna crave sugar, you're gonna crave everything, because you have no leptin. Like your body's just constantly like, oh my freaking God, I'm starving, feed me something. And you can never get full because you don't produce leptin. And all of these, testosterone gurus, that are pushing, like I said, they're anti-aging clinics, they ignore this because they're scared to mess with it. All right, nobody really knows, or like, they just don't want to dabble in it, when in reality, like, it's a super easy fix. Like, it's really no different than, replacing testosterone with testosterone, estrogen with estrogen, progesterone with progesterone, yada yada yada. Okay, so most important hormone in your body is T3. Okay, so now the way this is produced is your pituitary gland produces TSH that tells your thyroid to produce T4. T4 is then converted into T3. Now what ends up happening, mainly my belief is, because of our food supply, is a lot of individuals, either they don't produce enough TSH, or something is wrong in their body to where their T4 does not convert to T3. Now, your thyroid can produce all the T4 that it wants, okay? But your body can't do anything with that until it is converted into T3. So you can have a perfectly functioning thyroid, right? And if you're missing those enzymes that convert T4 to T3, then you're basically screwed, because your body can't do anything with that. You're basically, you're sitting in the ocean, and you can't drink any water because you forgot your little thingy at home that takes the salt out of it, basically. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you have all this available resources that you can't use because you're lacking the tools to, extract what you need from it. All right, so that's why it's very important to get blood work done. All right, it's a really popular thing, in the medical industry now, when they do blood work, to just test TSH, because if you have high TSH, then that means your T3 is usually low in a normal, functioning thyroid. If you have low TSH, your T3/T4 is high, because it's kind of a reverse feedback loop. Okay, now the problem with that, though, is what I was talking about, where you have the enzymes, like your T4 is not converting to T3. So, excuse me, when you go get your blood work done, you want to test really like 3 things, at least. TSH, that's your thyroid stimulating hormone. That's your pituitary to your thyroid, right? Then you want to check your free T4. That's what your thyroid produces. Then you want to check your free T3, and that's what it's converting from T4 into T3, which is something usable for your body. Now, the thing is, if your T4 is high and your T3 is low, then that means your enzymes are off, and your doctor's going to need to put you on some meds because there's no way to fix that, okay, other than medicine. All right, now, if your T4 is low and your T3 is low, then that means that for whatever reason, your pituitary gland is stimulating your thyroid and your thyroid is just not working right. So then you have to take something like Synthroid, that's T4, and like T3, or just a T4 supplement, then go back and do blood work like a couple months later and, just see where your T4 and T3 is at to just rule out, any probabilities of you lacking those enzymes. But most likely your thyroid is just not functioning super well. And that's not a big deal. My thyroid is total crap. I take 100 micrograms of T4 and 25 micrograms of T3 a day, and I'm a jacked male. So like, ladies, I can tell that a lot of you have a thyroid problem, and you just, and your ego is too much to go do anything about it because you don't want to feel like you're inadequate having that problem. But I promise you will be way happier. You'll be less stressed. You'll be have less anxiety, and weight is going to fall off super quickly, guys, because you're fixing a huge hormone deficiency in your body, so you're going to have a lot more self-esteem as well. So like, ladies, go get that fixed, and keep changing doctors till you find one that will do it, because a lot of these doctors, they don't really have a clue. They don't really want to help you. They just want to keep you coming back for tests, because thyroid meds are cheap. It is a cheap problem to fix, guys. I pay $100, no insurance, for 3 months of meds. $100, and I don't have to keep going back and like getting blood work and going to go see the doctor all the time. It makes them way more money if you keep having to go back for follow-up appointments to see if your levels go back up on your own. And I can promise you they won't, because if your thyroid's not working on its own, and especially if you're lacking those enzymes, it's not ever going to get any better, guys. So thyroid. Okay. I'm kind of hitting this from a weight loss perspective today. So let's talk about estrogen. Okay. So estrogen in men and women does 2 different things. Guys, it's really good for anabolism, as long as you don't have too much of it. So, like if you're taking testosterone and your estrogen gets like a little bit high, it's no big deal, because it's all about the ratio. It's actually just going to help you grow a little bit more. But the thing is, if it does get too high, you start holding water, you start getting gyno, all that stuff like that. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that you're knocking that down with an AI like anastrozole or something like that. Like your doctor should give you that. Like you don't want that to get out of whack, because it can cause you like some health problems and everything, just like having too little estrogen can do. It's all about maintaining a balance. Women, it's like the same thing. You want to have a balance. Like you want to look at your blood work and you want to keep it like kind of like right in that mid range. I mean, I would even say maybe like a little bit on the low side, but you might start getting tired and achy and stuff. But your doctor should give you some meds to regulate that, because too low, you won't have any energy, you won't have any sex drive, ladies. Too high, you start retaining water, you're going to have weird periods, all that stuff, okay? So it's very important that you get that taken care of. I'm not going to touch progesterone because that's not really my area of expertise, but guys, if your progesterone gets high, you're going to have a lot of weird symptoms, like your nipples are going to start leaking and stuff like that. Ladies, that can happen to you too, so just be careful. What else? Oh yeah, testosterone. I think testosterone is really, really overrated when it comes to having levels, higher than, like 1,000 micrograms. Yeah, I feel like it's really overrated, unless you have like, just high natural levels, like 1,000, 1,200, whatever. I'm pretty sure I used the wrong measurement on that. I just woke up. Anyways, you don't want to go too high because a lot of it will just convert to estrogen. Okay, and then you're gonna start getting fat gain, and then all this bad stuff's gonna happen, like I said before, gyno, water retention. You can have weird emotions, anxiety, depression, stuff like that. Now you don't want to be really too low either, because depression, you get ADHD, all of that really terrible stuff. Instead, you want to stay between 900 and 1,200, because that's kind of like the sweet spot for testosterone. It's going to be helpful for building muscle. It's going to basically keep you like an alpha male, in the head and then physically. Now, here's kind of like my pet peeve with people. I see testosterone getting pushed as this magical weight loss drug. Especially some of these like HRT company transformations, like it's a joke. I've done like 5 bodybuilding shows, which means I have taken some stuff and some things that I'm not going to get into detail on, but I will tell you this: steroids do not make you burn fat. Okay? Do not make you burn fat. They might make you utilize nutrients a little bit better, but they do not make you burn fat. Anybody that is telling you that if you get on testosterone, fat loss is going to magically happen much faster is full of shit. It'll give you more drive and enhance your nutrient absorption just a little bit. But testosterone is a hormone that your body just naturally produces. Like, there's nothing overtly special about it. It's not going to make the fat fly off. In fact, it might make you get a little bit fatter. Okay? So, yes, you absolutely have to have adequate levels of testosterone, 900 to 1,200. But if your goal is weight loss, do not look at testosterone to be the magic pill, because in fact, if you're overweight and you have a lot of body fat, like anything over 15%, body fat tells your body to produce more estrogen. Okay, guys? So like when you produce more estrogen naturally and you introduce that testosterone, some of that's going to convert to estrogen. You are literally putting together a recipe for gyno, okay? Because your body fat is going to make that testosterone convert way more to estrogen than it would otherwise, okay? So guys, I hate to hurt y'all's feelings, but if you're thinking about taking steroids, or you're thinking about going to the doctor and getting on HRT, you have to be really honest with yourself. Make sure that you're under 15% body fat, okay? Because other than that, it's a waste, Or make sure your doctor puts you on an AI. An AI is something that basically stops testosterone from converting to estrogen, okay? It's not the same thing as Novadex. Novadex binds to your estrogen receptors and blocks estrogen from, basically binding to those sites and giving you, issues like gyno. It's literally all it's good for. An AI, your testosterone goes in there, it starts converting a little bit to estrogen. An AI inhibits that, okay? So it actually inhibits estrogen production. Now, it doesn't do anything on like a physical level, but as far as what your body naturally produces, but it will stop that testosterone in you from converting. All right, and that will help you big time. But guys, don't fall for this bullshit that you need testosterone to lose weight. Like, testosterone is going to magically help you drop 100 pounds because it'll give you some drive and ambition and stuff like that, and more endurance and recovery. But in and of itself, it does not help fat loss. Now, something like trim, yeah, that'll help you. Anavar, that'll help you a little bit, because the way NFR works is when the drug is broken down in your body, it oxidizes fat. Okay, so the process of the drug going from being in oral form to being something usable for your body burns fat. Tren works a little bit differently because it's just so anabolic and androgenic, that it tells your muscles, take all of your nutrients and prioritize it to building new tissue, and that's going to really increase your metabolism. All right, but guys, those aren't available to you, and they can be really dangerous to your liver. Anavar not so much, and if you have a cool doctor, they might prescribe you some, but Tren's not really for people. Okay, it was designed for cows. All right, so you really want to avoid those two. The best thing that you can do if you want to lose weight, okay, go to the doctor, or you can even use one of these anti-aging clinics, but you have to make sure that they're going to do your thyroid, because if you're not getting your thyroid done, it's just a waste. Okay, go to the doctor. All right, get your labs done. Okay, you're going to check your TSH, your free T3, write this down, your free T4, you're going to get your testosterone checked, you're going to get your DHT checked, you're going to get your free testosterone checked, you're going to get your SPGH checked, you're going to get, what's the other one? There's another one I'm thinking of. Well, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Oh well, sorry guys. You're going to get your estrogen checked, your E2, that would be, and then also, estradiol on the blood work. They don't have an estrogen one, it's estradiol. And then, you can get your progesterone checked, all your vitamins and stuff like that. But guys, ladies too, when you get your labs done and the doctor calls you and they tell you it's normal, do not just take them at their word for it. Actually get your labs and look at them and know your numbers, okay? Because I have way too many people, I went to the doctor and I got my blood work done and it was normal. Okay, what was your T3? I don't know. How the fuck do you not know what your T3 is, guys? That runs your body. All right, so this is a very, very big deal. If you want to get results, you need to know that shit, okay? You need to know what your hormones are, the back of your hand, because that determines literally everything, okay, guys? So get that done. Take your labs home with you, know your numbers. All right, you want everything to be at the top of the range. If it's low but still normal, that's not okay. You really can't do much with that. All right, guys. But yeah, so if you check my Facebook group later, and I'm gonna post a link here in the comments on this video to my group, so you can join. I'm gonna post that video on steroids and everything, so y'all can go look at that and just be entertained, basically. All right, guys, y'all have a good day. Thank you.